trainings.com. Today under SOAPUI training, I am going to tell you how to deploy and test the retail application, the retail service under the SOAP and REST, as we do have SOAP and REST, two different protocols and architecture under which we can work for our testing, right? So for SOAP based retail application, how we can deploy it and how we can test if it is running or not, and how to deploy and test a retail application which is based on REST. Let's check. So first one is for SOAP. So for SOAP, in my last session I did tell you we do need XAMPP as my server. What is the concept of server, how server works, where it is placed, and which server I am going to use. All these things I did tell you in my last session. Okay, so for SOAP I am going to use XAMPP. And for database, as database is something in which I am going to store my data, my complete data related to my retail application. It is, the database name is MySQL, which actually comes from nowhere, but it's from my MySQL only, right? As I did show you under XAMPP, there is M stands for MySQL, which I can use as for my database connection. Okay, and the other thing for REST, the server which I am going to use is Apache Tomcat and the database name is MySQL. Let's see firstly for SOAP. So for SOAP, as I said, we need a XAMPP, and under XAMPP it's Apache only, which I am going to use. And how to test if your server is running fine or not? Just click on to this start button, go to the browser, in the tab, in the address bar, write localhost, and if you get screen like this means your XAMPP is running fine. Okay, so this is for XAMPP only. Now how to check, how to deploy the retail application for SOAP. See, this is a folder which I am going to share with you for the deployment and how to work with retail application. So for SOAP, it's XAMPP only which I am going to use. C, XAMPP, htdocs, reach to this folder, reach to this path, and here paste the folder named as retail. Can you see? This is the folder. Now under this folder, I do have many files. Okay, and each and everything is going to work on its own. We don't need to change anything. This is only the retail application which I could see under your XAMPP. Now how to check? See, deployment is done. Deployment is done for your retail application under XAMPP. Now how to test if it is running fine or not? For that, in the browser, write localhost, enter. Okay, this is a screen which I have already shown you. So after that, you just need to change some words in the URL. It's this. So now my URL is what? Localhost retail.php, enter. Okay, so this is the complete thing which you are getting for the retail application for the SOAP based. Don't forget, this is for SOAP based only. Okay, can you see here WSDL? As I have already explained, WSDL is concerned directly with your SOAP, right? So this is for your SOAP based retail application, and it is deployed, it is working. Okay, so this is for the how to check within the browser. Now as I was saying, we are going to work with API as well, right? So for that, open the SOAPUI. I've already explained you SOAPUI, how to install, how to download, and how to work with that. Okay, so within SOAPUI, okay, it will take some time. And one more thing, if you are working with SOAP, you do need this WSDL. Can you see your option, view the WSDL? Click on to that. So this is the complete link which you are getting for the WSDL of any of the application which is going to work. Okay, and the complete URL contains what? In my 4th or 5th session, I had explained that a URL consists of endpoints, the resources, many more things. Okay, but this is for SOAP only, so we don't need to go in as much detail for the URL. We just need the WSDL. So from file, we are going to create a new SOAP project, and the project, I'll firstly go for WSDL, and when I enter here WSDL, the name here I am getting as retail. Okay, and let's rename it to sample and done. So this is the complete thing which you will get under your retail sample. So these all are what? These all are the services available in your retail web service. Understand? I just copy the WSDL, the link, and I am able to see all of these services which are available under your any of the that web service. Understand? So this is a way to work with SOAP based project, SOAP based web service. Now the next thing is, see here, these all are the features. These are the features which I am going to work with my retail application. But if you are going to work with any other web service, all the features which are available under that you could see. Okay, so here can you see buyer will log in and admin can also log in. Here I'll say admin and buyer will log in. So firstly we'll go for that, then all these things we'll cover in our training. Okay, so how to log in into your account if you are working with the SOAPUI. Okay, so for that you firstly need to create the suite, TestSuite. Let its name be TestSuite 1 only. How to create a suite? Okay, for that I'll firstly clear one scenario. At the highest level it is project. Highest level within the SOAPUI is project. Under project it's suite level. I'll say it is test suite, and under suite it's test cases. Okay, and under test cases it's steps. Okay, so for the highest level I am going to work with the project, which is nothing but this project is this one. Okay, so for suite it's this one. Now for the cases will come under your suite. So many suites can be there under your project, and many cases can be there under your suite, and many steps can be there under your any of the test case. Okay, so what's the hierarchy? Under test suite, what you are going to add is going to add a case, and under case, as I said, you can add any number of steps. Let's say if I add the SOAP based request, as we are working with the SOAP based web service. Understand? So when I add any step, I'll get your option to which service you want it to connect. Okay, so I'll select, as I said, we are going to work firstly with the login. I'll select retail login and then OK, and let it be like this only. Done. So this is the complete thing which I am getting for the SOAPUI, and as well as for the under the SOAPUI and for the login part only. Okay, so for the username and password, you will write your username and password. I'll write. Okay, so this is the username which I'm going to use, and the password is this one. And now if I run, what I'll get? I'll get the status as success. See here, I'm logged in as a customer added login, as this is the session. So many more things I'm getting. Some things even we don't need. So from username and password, I just need this one. But out of that, many things, many tags are coming. Okay, this is because of the XML only, because SOAP works with XML. So this is a way to test your SOAP based application, SOAP based retail application. Understand? So this is all about the topics which comes under the how to work with SOAP based retail application. Now let's see how to work within the REST based retail application. So for REST, if you remember, I did tell you in the last session we need Apache Tomcat as our server, and the database is MySQL. Okay, and the reason for that, see, MySQL you can install it directly from the it's a standalone application MySQL, or we can also use it from the XAMPP. Okay, so within XAMPP only I do need to start the M as your MySQL. Okay, some people may, like don't able to install the XAMPP, they'll not work, it's create some issues. So they can also work with MySQL only if they are sure that they are going to work with REST based retail application. Okay, so Apache Tomcat, how to start it, what is the way to test? In my last session I have already explained it. In the browser, in the address bar, write localhost 8080, and if it is turned on, then you will not get the screen like this. It means my Tomcat is not running. So for that you need to start it from here. The panel from where you can start it, it's Tomcat, and then it's done. Okay, so it's running now. Okay, fine. So if your Apache Tomcat is running fine, you will get the screen like this. The window will look like this. Understand? Now for the how to deploy it. See, your server is fine, you do have the MySQL, now you do need to deploy it. So for that, firstly you do need this folder, retail app rest. I'll share this folder with you. Okay, retail app rest, which I'm going to use for the server. Within the server I'm going to use it. C program files, it's Apache software, Tomcat. This is the path which you will in which you will get the Tomcat. It's okay. Now under web apps folder, you are going to copy the complete folder. Just paste the complete folder, retail app rest, and it's done. Okay, so open this again. Many things are there, you don't need to go in as much detail for that, and it's fine. Now see, I don't have any GUI to test if my REST based retail application is running or not. The same thing which I did explain you for the SOAP based retail application. Understand? So for that, if you want to check, if you want to test if your retail application is there or not, you do need to check it from the SOAPUI as a tool only. From SOAPUI only I can check. Okay. Now if I'm saying I'm going to test my deployment is done, right? Deployment, I am done with the deployment, how to deploy the retail application. Now if you want to test it, so for that you do need what? You do need URLs. Okay, and for the SOAP based, if you want to test, what you do need? It's WSDL only. Understand? Now what is the concept of URL? It is already explained, right? I just open the list of all the URLs which are available. For the login is this one only. Okay, I'll just copy this first URL. Okay, now I'm going to use it. So till this is what? The localhost 8080, it's endpoint. The concept of endpoint, resources, all the things are covered. So it's right click. Now I want REST project, just this one, and okay. So my REST project is here, and I'll rename it to retail REST sample. Okay, and it's here. So under this, what you do need? You do need to create resources. So firstly delete the resources which you are getting by default. Okay, so under this endpoint, create a new resource. Here's options, new resource, and after 8080 it's this one. So all of these are your resources available under the URL, and done. So again delete these methods and requests, you don't need it. And now under retail app rest, right click, new child resource as retail, and delete the methods and requests which you are getting here. Now under this retail, after this retail, what you do need? It's admin only. Admin as your child resource, new child resource, admin. Again delete the methods and requests which you are getting. Now under admin, one more child resource, which one? It's login now, and it's login, done. So all the resources are there. Now the method type is post, this is also changed. And the next is what? My URL is ready, all the things are ready. You just need to add that hierarchy. You do need suite, then you do need cases. What is the scenario? What is the flow? Already explained. Under project it's suites. Now under cases it's step. Which step you do need now? It's REST request. Let it be this one, and mapping is this. This is the mapping which I just created, right? And then select OK. And now it's ready. You do need here the username and password. Username, the username with which you logged into your account, and after that the password is correct username and password, and it's done. Now run it. Okay, within the JSON. Okay, I'm getting the status as success. So what does it mean? It means I am able to deploy my retail application for REST as well. Okay, so this is all about how to deploy, how to check. In my next session I'll tell you how I'm going to use my data driven framework. Okay, thank you.